Now, this one's very funny. This is Jorge, Butterboy. And I was about to close the submissions for the portfolio review, and I saw the little message that Butterboy is writing. It's like, okay. So it's like, I'm just going to wait for him to finish, because technically this is the 30th portfolio. But since I was just about to close it and he was just about to submit, we let this one slide. But normally we close the submissions and that's it. Even if you're writing a message, that's it. Right now we have enough time. So let's go to this final one here with our good friend Jorge Reyes. He says, "Hi Abe, I'm Jorge, a 3D artist with a focus on hard surface modeling. My goal is to work on the game industry as a weapon and props artist. Here's my portfolio." Let's take a look. Okay, first thing I noticed, Jorge, we just have 2 pieces. It's not bad, but we need more, right? Let's take a look. We have guns. I've mentioned this before. The only caveat or the only thing that I don't like about guns is that I've seen so many of them, like so many. You did a great job on this one though. Like, this is a really good job on this particular weapon. I love the renders. Your optimization is on point. So this is great. Like, that's absolutely amazing. And this one right here, the Matiba MTR8, also great job. I can see that you have ArtStation Pro so that you can upload this like huge images. That's great. Great material, great presentation, looks very photorealistic, which is exactly what we want to go for this kind of like assets. But here's the thing. If you're going to be doing weapons, Jorge, and this is my advice for you. Oh, love the detail there. Amazing. Like the freaking like loops going around. That's really good. Yeah, this is great attention to detail, man. But here's my advice. Try to do something that does not exist. I'm not sure if that exists. I've never seen that gun before, to be honest. So I'm not sure if this is a gun that exists in the real world. But try to do a gun that doesn't exist, okay? Why? Because most of the guns that do exist, right? The AK-47, the M16, the M1 Grand, like all of these weapons that already exist, they've already been done 1,000 times for a bunch of different like shooters, right? So if you're a new studio, let's say I'm gonna do a new shooter, and I need those weapons because it's gonna be a modern version of a shooter, I can just buy them. I can just go to TurboSquid or to any of the sites and just buy the models because they're gonna be really good and they're gonna be ready. But if I'm doing a new game and there's a gun that has never been done before, right? Like, I don't know, this thing right here. Well, it shows that I can, again, throw any weapon at you and you're gonna be able to figure out how to do that weapon, how to generate that model and like fulfill the project's needs, right? It shows that you have the capability of adapting and that you're gonna be able to, again, to create something that has not been done before. So if you've already done 2 weapons that are realistic weapons like this, try doing a sci-fi weapon, try doing a steampunk weapon, try doing something that has not been done before and that showcases all of your hard surface modeling skills that cannot be easily shown with very traditional weapons that we have. Okay? Hope that helps, my friend. There we go. So yeah, that's it, guys. Do we have more questions? How are we doing? You guys bored already? We went through 30 different portfolios this time around, as we do every month. We had some really good ones, guys. Really good ones. There's, of course, a lot of people who are still in the learning phase, which is fine. One of the things that I want to say, I'm going to go full screen with this. Whenever we're looking at portfolios, a very common mistake that you can make, and I used to do this a lot, is you start comparing yourself to others. I don't know what any of these artists right now have gone through. Some of them might have been doing 3D for several years, even if they don't say it here in the message. Some of them might just have like an innate talent to be freaking amazing, and that's great. Some of them might have, I don't know, a millionaire parents who buy them all the equipment and all the class and all those kind of things. We don't know, right? We just see the portfolio. So a very common mistake is that we compare ourselves to others, and you should not do that. You should compare yourself to yourself. We each have our different journey. We each have our path, and you will accomplish things as long as you set your own goals for yourself, okay? Of course, if you see amazing portfolios as what we did here during the live stream, make sure to use those as inspiration, not as comparison. Use those portfolios and try to learn how they did specific things on the element and what can I grab from those portfolios and use on my own work. And if you see portfolios that are, let's say, I don't want to use the word beneath, but they're earlier on their adventure, on their journey as 3D artists, we're not going to talk shit about them. We're not going to be like, oh, those are just noobs, I'm not gonna listen to them. No, we can still learn from them. We can learn from their mistakes, and we can learn from the things that they're doing right. So that's the secret to learning, understanding that you can learn from everyone, from those who are just starting, who have a more like open mind to trying different things and experimenting, and from those who have been doing this for a long time, who have very clear ways to do certain things. So we'll make sure to always learn from all of these different artists out there, and use every single portfolio as inspiration for your own work. Okay, hope that's clear, because then we get some the other day, or a couple of months ago, we uploaded a portfolio piece where I was being, I wouldn't say mean, but very direct and very honest about things that needed to be fixed, and people took it the wrong way. It's like, oh, you're talking shit about other works, and it's like, no, this is that's not the point. Like, that's not the context. The context is we want to make sure that we all learn together. We improve as a community. We improve as an industry, right? If we all improve, then the movies, the games, all of the things out there are just gonna get better and better, and we all win. So that's the end goal for all of this. Casey has a question. It says, Abe, how do you deal with eye strain? I tend to move quite a bit, so I've shown you before, guys, I like to use this Pomodoro method, and it means that I work for roughly 45 to 55 minute like chunks of time, and at that point I go and get a glass of water. I try to focus on other things. I just try to move quite a bit. I normally don't stay in my computer. Like, usually live streams, when I'm live streaming, that's like the longest I'll ever go, like, continuously here on the computer. Normally every hour or every hour and a half I'll just stand up and do something else, and then come back to the work and keep recording or keep like doing something. So that, for me, that helps. Let's see, which mentorship do you recommend to know where to go in 3D design and how to improve? I mean, I offer mentorships, man. If you want more information, send me a message on Discord and I can give you more info about that, and we can talk about those specific topics. The most important skills to have as environment artists, I would say, are modular props, like how to create modular props, how to work with things like tileable textures, trim sheets, material iteration, and how to optimize in engine. So if you want to be an environment artist, I strongly recommend that you learn an engine, ideally a Real Engine 4 or 5, sorry, which is the one that most people are using. How do you handle burnout? That's my secret, JetPlane. I'm always burned out. No, really, it's something that you need to understand. See, I'm gonna go full screen here. Burnout to me means that you're doing something that you don't want to do, right? Because if you're feeling burnout, that's because, yes, you're very tired, but we're always tired, right? Like, in this life, we're always working, we're always doing something. So if you feel burnout, or when I start feeling burnout, I just sort of like see myself in the mirror and like, Abe, you are working and you're making a living out of freaking sculpting and painting and texturing and making so many fun things, when you could be in a completely different position, like, I don't know, filling Excel spreadsheets or something, right? It's like, you cannot be burnout. Like, it's stupid that you feel burnout, because yes, you can feel tired, but burnout, does that mean that you don't enjoy doing this anymore? Because if you don't, well, you might want to like really put things into perspective and see what you want to do. But the point is, you chose this, right? Like, whoever asked this question, JetPlane, you chose this career. You chose to do this thing. I chose this. We all chose this specific path in our lives. So complaining about it, it just feels so unfair, don't you think? Because how many people out there didn't choose the path that they have in their lives, and they're stuck maybe in a job that they don't like? Those I would feel empathetic towards. Like, those can really complain and feel burnout. Us, we are lucky enough to be able to do this and to be able to pursue this career. So it feels very what's the word, entitled when we feel burnt out because, oh, I've been doing ZBrush for 8 hours, how tired am I? No, that's just bullshit. So really, I mean, of course, balance your lifestyle, right? Try to do some exercise, try to eat well, try to get some sleep so that you don't feel that burnout. But you shouldn't feel that way if this is your choosing, right? Like, if you chose this career, then it's gonna be difficult for you to feel burnout. Diego says, hi Abe, thank you for the feedback on my portfolio. I would recommend at least a couple of months, 2 or 3 months, Diego, because otherwise it's just going to be the same, right? I'm just going to be seeing the exact same stuff, or maybe just one new piece. I normally recommend waiting a couple of months. Oh yeah, Maya 2026 came out. I have not made any announcements about that. I probably need to make a short about the new stuff. There's not a lot of new stuff for modeling and texturing. There's a couple of little things here and there. But yeah. The Designer Bear, how do you guys cope with the recent layoffs? I'm unemployed for already 2 months and no opportunity. That's a very tough one, Designer Bear, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you. And this is something that my father taught me very early on. He told me, no one's gonna be worried about yourself but yourself. Like, in this world, even if you have amazing friends, even if you have an amazing family, at the end of the day, it's you against the world, right? It's you against the freaking industry. So you're not the only one. You're not the only one who has been unemployed for the past, like, 2 months. I've seen people who have been unemployed for the past 2 years. So if you, what's the word? Well, rather, my advice is try to figure out what things can you do. I was mentioning this earlier during the stream. Your job right now, if you don't have a job right now, your job right now should be getting as many connections as possible, LinkedIn, interviews, sending CVs, going to conventions, going to events, not necessarily events about like people hiring. You could go to a presentation or something and just like asking people, hey, like, well, another advice here. When you're approaching someone in an event, let's say there's an opening night for a new video game or whatever. No one uses or does this very frequently in their stage where they invite a bunch of people to present something. You go there and just meet people with the intention of meeting people, not with the intention of that people hiring you. Because when you meet them, they're gonna ask who you are and that kind of stuff. And if the conversation flows naturally, it's like, oh yeah, I'm looking for a job. That's when you might get a spark. But if you're like just with a big sign saying, hey, help me, give me a job, like, that's not inviting to anyone, right? So your job when you're unemployed should be looking for a job and continue to polish your skills. Now, if there comes to a point where like, hey, I've been trying this for a couple of different months and I can't find anything, I've seen a lot of people who pivot to another type of job. Like, they do advertising, or they do commercials, or they do virtual reality, 3D printing. Like, it's fine to do that. At the end of the day, it's such a job. It's 3D. And sometimes even if you need to take a job that's not in the 3D industry to later on come back to the 3D industry, that's also perfectly fine. Think about what you can offer, and that's going to be a little bit easier to find those opportunities. It's not easy to act on those opportunities, but it is easy to find those opportunities, okay? Do you answer the questions on Discord with? Yeah. If it's a simple question, I'll answer the question. So of course on the help channel on the group, there's a bunch of other people there also who can help you. But when people want a very specific like 1 hour session where we go over specific tools and workflows and things like that, that's when you do it, or that's when I require a mentorship with you guys. There we go, guys. So that's it. We're gonna stop the stream right now. Thank you everyone for being part of this amazing community. It's thanks to your help that we can keep growing so fast and generating all of these amazing opportunities for everyone. We recently hit 44k subscribers here on the YouTube channel. My goal is to see if we can get to 50k subscribers by June. In June we have our anniversary, our 2-year anniversary actually. So maybe we can get to 50k subs by then. If you're not subscribed and you're watching YouTube right now, feel free to follow us. We upload a lot of stuff here on the channel, free stuff, premium courses, a lot of different things. So feel free to follow us, and that's it. Get some rest, go do some 3D, go learn some new things during the weekend, and don't forget, always learning, always improving. I'll see you back on the next stream, my friends. Have a great one. Bye-bye.